In order to manifest the life of your dreams, and in order to make sure that you always get what you want, the person that you want, the job that you want, everything, you have to truly believe that you are deserving. And you have to have faith in that, regardless of what you're experiencing. So in order to do that, you have to... I'm going to break it down, especially when it comes to manifestation, right? Or anything in life that you want to get, acquire. It's all about how you truly feel in regards to your desires, whether it be a relationship, a job, a circumstance, apartment, anything. If you cannot truly see and feel yourself with that desire, then you are not going to get it. If you do not feel deserving of the things that you want in life, you are not going to get them. Today's video, we're going to talk about confidence, right? Because confidence is really key when it comes to manifestation. What led me on this journey to begin with was my desire to not let my circumstances dictate how I feel inside. And the only way to do that is to completely detach from your reality and go within to find that happiness. You're going to continue to perpetuate, and I keep saying this in all my videos, you're going to continue to perpetuate a cycle of unfavorable circumstances until you realize,
wait, hold up.
What am I doing that is allowing this to happen in my life? You have to be self-aware, and you have to let go of that victim mentality. If you want to get what you want out of life, you cannot be a victim. Dylan James, I freaking love his content. The way that he breaks things down so matter-of-factly, it makes it very easy to understand because he just talks like regular, how I do. But he always says in his videos, right? He says, life is not happening to you, it's happening through you. So be the change that you want to experience in the world. So I'm like, you know what? I have a whole bunch of unfavorable circumstances in my life. I could stress myself out trying to control everything when I really had to let go of control and just focus on finding happiness within every single day. Once you step into that version, regardless of what you're seeing in the 3D reality, once you step into that version of yourself, right? And you're like, wait, like,
man, I know who I am.
I do not need to attach my identity to what I'm experiencing or what I have experienced in the past, because that does not define me. When you decide to step into your higher self, you completely detach. Okay, this is a word, babe. You completely detach to your past. There is no past. My past does not exist. The lessons, yes. The things that I've learned and grew from, yes. But in terms of things that happened to me that I use as excuses,
no, master.
There are no excuses.
Confidence is the code
to unlock the door to all your manifestations in the life of your dreams. I promise you. Because I focus on my feeling state. Focus on how you feel. If you can't focus on how you feel, you need to take manifesting off the table. Your life is going to be reflecting your previous beliefs. I'm very passionate about this because life is not easy. And I just needed to find something that could help me smile and feel lighthearted and have faith. And what did that was me having faith in myself, believing that God has a plan for my life and that the circumstances that are happening in my reality right now do not dictate how far I can go. So you see how important your confidence is when it comes to manifesting? Listen to me, babe. You cannot fake the funk. You cannot fake confidence, babe, because your true beliefs are going to show up in your actions, right? So let's say, for example, you're in a relationship with somebody and this person has done you wrong in the past, and you come back into union with that person and everything is good, but you start thinking about past experiences with that person and how they behaved and how they did you, and you start expecting for them to mess up. Do you see what I'm trying to say here? A confident person The past does not exist. Because if you want to exist in my current reality, you are going to conform to the idea of what I desire in my head. Because I have so much confidence in myself and in my ability to get what I want and desire, that who you were, if you show up right now as that person, you're gone, you're done. I know my worth. I hope this is making sense. This is why you're not manifesting. Because you're trying to convince yourself that you are capable of having your desires. Manifesting is not about convincing yourself. It's about true belief. Loving yourself so much and knowing that God loves you so much that He is going to give you what you desire. And the only reason that you have these desires is because you're being guided to that reality where you have everything that you need. Does that make sense? I probably spend 80% of my time like just being incredibly observant and present. And then I have my time where I'm in my flow state where like I'm at the gym or I'm doing things. But like it's me being present and aware of my thoughts and my actions that allow me to be confident. Because it's like with my fitness journey, right? I would always tell myself, I hate going to the gym. I hate going to the gym. I hate it. I don't like to sweat. I'm too cute for that shit. I don't want to have the little crusties on my hands. I would make literally all the excuses. Really, it was that I hated the way that I looked. I hated my body, but I also was afraid. I didn't think that I was going to be able to get the desired body that I wanted. And it wasn't until I detached that aspect of the desire to have a body that I loved, and I started to just love myself as is and accept myself as I was. Until you accept yourself, truly accept yourself for who you are, you will never be a confident person. I'm telling you, in order to manifest the life of your dreams, and in order to make sure that you always get what you want, the person that you want, the job that you want, everything, you have to truly believe that you are deserving. And you have to have faith in that, regardless of what you're experiencing. So in order to do that, you have to drop your old identity and decide who you want to be now. Love yourself for who you are right now. And as you continue to pour love and light into yourself, you're automatically going to attract the habits, the people, the places, the things, the circumstances that align you with where you're supposed to be. And a way that I know this is because I'm doing this with so much confidence. I'm telling you, it was not easy, honey. I used to fake the funk. Like, I was talking to my friend yesterday, and I was telling him, I'm like, yo, it's so crazy to me that, like, if you saw me when I was younger, you would have thought I was the most confident person in the world because of how I dressed, because of how I acted, but it was a facade. Truly, I would cry myself to sleep every freaking night. Well, not every night, but many nights I cried myself to sleep. And what I realized is that I was hoping that the clothes and the glitz and the glamour would make me feel good. But that's not how it works. It comes from the inside and it projects out. So your beliefs, your core beliefs is what is going to project out to you in the 3D realm. So if you are experiencing unfavorable circumstances and you are not happy with where you are in life, this is me letting you know this is your chance to really be honest with yourself and say, hey, self, bitch, what's really going on? You are not a victim to circumstances. You are the one who has the power to perceive what you're going through as either a whole bunch of problems or a whole bunch of chances to get shit right and learn some skills, honey. So step one is you have to be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself. And when I say honest with yourself, I mean be truly honest with yourself, honey. Let's say in the example of dating, I Say that I'm a confident person. Like you're trying to portray the idea that like I'm a confident person, right? Like I'm not worried about other people. I don't care. Da 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 da. You are always revisiting the past. You're always skeptical. You're always wondering. You're always worrying. You're always stressed. You're always anxious. That tells a different story, does it not? Because a person who is confident has absolutely no need to worry or stress, because you know that what you're packing, nobody else packs. You are one of one, honey. So if this is true, then why are you triggered? You see what I'm saying? So once you can say, okay, I'm being honest with myself, this is how I'm feeling, where is that belief coming from? There is nobody to change but self. Everything that you're experiencing, if you go within and be the change, it'll change instantly. I have so many examples of this recently because, guys, I've been reading and researching and just fully immersing myself in this content for the past like 9 months. And it started off with like the mental diet, and then I saw like how I was starting to feel a lot better. I eat this shit up. So once you've been honest with yourself and you say, okay, what is the core belief that is making me feel this way in this moment? Let's say, okay, wait, my camera's overheating. I'll be right back. I'm gonna let it cool off. Tip number one to realizing your power and your confidence and to finding it, if you have not found it yet, is be honest with yourself, honey. Take accountability. You are not a victim. You are not a victim. If you keep experiencing the same patterns in life, you got something to do with it. You do. We have to take accountability for that. So that's step number one. Once you've done that and you can say, okay, boom, I love myself. Mind you, do this with love and attention and care. Because you're not a project that needs fixing. You know what I mean? It's like a diamond. Like, you know, diamond mining, how it's so hard to find, but once you find it, you're good. That's exactly what I'm talking about. The process of like self-realization, self-actualization, and manifestation is literally just finding out who you truly are and becoming that person, period. So once you're honest with yourself, like I said, do it with love. Next, you are going to bring awareness to the thoughts that you have, that internal dialogue. Everybody does this. It's not weird. Everybody has a sense of internal dialogue, right? KRS-One, he did this, I guess it was like a lecture that he did where he held up the Rockstar can and he had everybody logo and he had everybody repeat Rockstar in their head. What is that voice? That's your higher self. That's the God in you. Let's just start there. So if the voice in your head is not talking to you nice, that's where we need to, this is where that comes in, okay? So if you are bringing awareness to your thoughts and you're realizing that your thoughts are not as positive as they need to be, and you're not talking to yourself like someone you love, you're talking to yourself like a reflection of what you've been showed, we're going to change that. That's the next step. We got to change how we talk to ourselves, because we get enough of the bullshit from people outside of us. We don't need to be doing that to ourselves too. Am I right or am I right?
Period.
How I did this was, one, think of your thoughts as clouds passing through the sky. You do not need to attach your identity or at all to anything that does not feel good. If you touch something and it's hot, you drop it. You don't hold it in your hand so that it can burn you further. So it's the same thing with your thoughts. Do not allow yourself to go down a negative thought pattern. Okay? It's going to take some time. It's not easy. But like I said, the next step will help you with that. Okay? So this is just about awareness. So you're bringing your awareness to your thoughts. You're realizing, okay, like I actually have been talking to myself pretty negatively. Are my thoughts lifting me up? Like, are your thoughts adding value to you or taking away from it? One, love yourself through this process, but think of your thoughts as just, you don't have to identify with them. Drop it. Abraham Hicks says that once you have a negative thought, you have 17 seconds to redirect. And how I do this is, let's say if I experience something right now and I start to feel bad about it, like I start to like, oh my gosh, what the hell? I affirm, you know what? Everything is always working out for me. Because life is happening through me, not to me. I am not a victim. There is nothing I can't handle. There is nothing I can't overcome. That's how you need to be talking to yourself. The voice in your head needs to be your friend, not an enemy. So now after you realize this part, I would introduce affirmations. What I like to do is, like, I would do mirror work, which, like, I would talk to myself in the mirror, like,
You know you're the baddest bitch that's ever, like, graced this fucking planet.
you are beautiful and capable and smart. Like, I would write some of these things down on my mirror until I just knew it. And next is the 7-day mental diet. So the 7-day mental diet is paying very close attention to everything that you consume, say, any thought that comes into your mind, or any type of entertainment that you see. You're going to be monitoring it very carefully for 7 days. This is incredibly helpful because you'll start to feel better. You know, when you watch the news, right? And you're watching the news and it just makes you feel like the world is about to end. And there's even on TikTok, like I'm very good with this because I've been practicing it for so long. But even on TikTok, if I see a whole bunch of like negative things,
Honey, skip. We're not entertaining any of that.
you got to be very cognizant of everything that you're putting into your brain. Your attention is expensive. Your attention is expensive. And where you place your attention, energy goes. It's like ignorance is bliss in a sense. I don't want to hear stories about the horrible things that are happening in the world because it brings down my energy. I start to walk around the world in fear, thinking that bad things are going to happen to me because I'm putting into my mind and reminding myself of all the terrible things that happen every day. It doesn't mean that they don't happen. It just means that I'm not allowing that in my reality. So what the 7-day mental diet does, it allows you to, one, listen to yourself, become more present and aware, and you'll see that it really bleeds into all aspects of your life where you're able to just do things without force, and you're just able to just be. Okay? So 7-day mental diet. The next tip that I have, I think I did mention it, but like the affirmation tracks really do help because it's the easiest thing. You don't need to sit there and undo trauma and make it seem like you are this broken person. What I realized is, like, when I was on the track of like doing the work and journaling all the time about the things that I went to, I was reliving parts of my life that I never wanted to live again. I was attaching meaning and value on those situations. So
I had to stop that.
I'm sorry. I can't sit here and say that, your traumas, I'm not saying your traumas don't matter, but I'm saying they don't define you. And I'm not saying that the things that you have been through don't matter and they're not important and that you didn't actually get hurt. But what I'm saying is you don't have to continuously identify with those things and those aspects of yourself. You are so much more powerful than you think. So my final tip is to live a life that you love right now. Love and be grateful for where you are. Love yourself right now as you are. That's 1. 2, be grateful for where you are and where you're going. 3, you are not a victim. There is God within you, meaning that anything is possible as long as you put your what to it? Your mind to it, babes. As long as you put your mind to it, you can do anything that you want. So you decide where your attention goes. Oh wait, we're supposed to be tying this into confidence. Say all of that to say, right? You really do decide what you decide to focus on. So if you want to see what you're lacking and not what you're packing, that's up to you. But I will just want to be here to let you know that it's a choice. You have the choice to choose whether you want to see yourself as a person with all of these problems, gone through all of these things, and that attracts all of these terrible things, or you can see yourself as somebody who, no matter what life throws at them, they always come out victorious. So it's the same thing, but we're just flipping it to make it more enjoyable because we can do that. Because we're conscious creators of our reality. Meaning that what we consciously decide to focus on is what we are consciously going to experience. Because you get to choose. I'm done for now. Until next time.